be something like, I have a lot of sadness right now about being alone, and I wanna work with that. So just something that, it's called priming, is what it's called. You kind of prime them. So you could do that in a lot of different ways. You could say, stand for 1 minute, breathing deeply, and think about what you would like to express with this art activity. That could be one way to do it. You could ask them to write. You could ask them some questions before they begin, just to kind of set them up so that they can actually have something to answer afterwards. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And another thing that I think is really important is if you have them make the work and then give it a title. So give them a little piece of paper to write a title, some sort of written reflection.
Yeah.
And usually I find a title is really effective. That way when they answer their questions, they sort of have something to pull from. Because a lot of times people will say, I don't know, I just did it. Right? And that you want to kind of avoid that because you really want them to get something out of it.
That's a good point.
Yeah. I mean, or you could even have, a bowl in the middle of the table with a bunch of just prompts inside. Create a picture about how you feel inside when you're mad. Create a this when you excitement. Maybe pick some emotions that people could actually express visually.
You understand what she's saying? So not just being at a station, just doing art, just for the sake of doing art, but actually having a purpose, expressing themselves, working through something. Do you get that?
So that I can ask, like, how you doing today, like before they start doing that, and then afterwards we can see how they improved or got worse after they did the art. So that would be interesting.
Having a starting point, having a focus. So that's good. So when you brainstormed this with your group last week, that's a great starting point. And then Mrs. Ventura has a good point about really specifying what they're doing.
And feel free to contact me if you have any questions. If you're like, oh, I know she said something about this, but I can't quite remember what it was. Yeah, or maybe you need further explanation. Please feel free to contact me again.
So I think we're about done here.
Okay, so how do you close an interview?
Thank you for putting time out of your day for letting me interview you.
You're really welcome, and you did such a beautiful job. I felt really comfortable, and I felt like you really gave me a lot of positive feedback as I was talking, which made me want to talk more.
Good interviewing skill.